your notes written down, I saw Captain America twice last week, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. It was a really cool movie. So obviously, for people who I'm sure haven't seen it yet, thinking about seeing it, haven't really read any comics, Captain America is, sorry, I'm wearing a Superman t-shirt today. I don't have a Captain America one. Captain America is Private Steve Rogers, who was basically rejected from the army in 1941 every time he tried 5, 6, I guess it varies on the comic or the movie or whichever adaptation you're reading. At least half a dozen times to get in, he was always rejected because he was too skinny, too frail, too small. Basically the weak little guy, no one thought he could do much. But in the end, Dr. Abraham Erskine, a German scientist who's defected to America, who's created a serum to turn, basically a weak man into the perfect embodiment of human perfection, as fast, as strong, endurance, all that sort of stuff, as best that you can be, better than an Olympic athlete. And geez, I wish that serum really existed, because that'd be great. I wouldn't have to kill myself in the gym 5-6 days a week to stay healthy. And yeah, so he gets that, and bang, he becomes Captain America. Kind of at the start, and I like the way the movie followed it, he was just a propaganda tool, because there was only one of him. The process was destroyed. The Nazis, as soon as he created Captain America the first time, they saw the process was working, so they destroyed it, stole the serum. Didn't escape with it though. Cap stops them, and it was all in Dr. Erskine's head, so he couldn't be replicated. So he doesn't actually go into action to start with, but in the end he makes it there, and he becomes the inspiration for the American fighting soldiers.
Whatever happens, stay who you are. Not just a soldier, but a good man.
How do you feel?
Taller.
What do you think?
So,
I
took down a few notes for the movie. Basically, it starts with a crashed or a downed aircraft in a frozen wasteland, Alaska or the north somewhere, and you find the guys go in and start looking around, and they find Cap's shield frozen in ice. I'm assuming he's behind it, and they're like, call this guy. It's like 3 a.m. Don't wake him up. I'm like, he goes, it's been waiting like 7 years. Let's get him online now. I say they're referring to Colonel Nick Fury or something from S.H.I.E.L.D. But then it cuts straight to 1941, waiting room at the enlistment centre. Chris Evans looked really good as kind of like, I guess, an anemic, runty sort of guy. They did the reverse part is usually for movies that have to like make you look bigger and tougher and stuff like this. I'm guessing here it's funny because it was the reverse. They had to actually make him look smaller, and they did a really good job of that with the stuff like making him look shorter, weaker, and then just let him go back to normal when he was actually going to be Captain America after the treatment happened. So that was done really well. I think Chris Evans really suited Captain America. I wasn't sure to start with because he's already been a pretty good Johnny Storm, Human Torch in Fantastic Four movies, which is a shame because I got a feeling they probably won't make those again now. And if they replace the character, will it be the same? Who knows? Yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess Marvel are probably going to keep that one on the shelf for a while. Red Skull, I guess the main villain in the movie, was played really well by Hugo Weaving. And, they kind of both had dual identities, I guess, because the Red Skull was Johann Schmid. Then he took the earlier version of the serum, and that kind of deformed him, basically turned his skin inside out. He's like a freaky Red Skull. And, but he gained the same sort of abilities that Captain America has, but the serum was perfected. Captain America obviously doesn't turn into some freak, he just puts a costume on. So I guess they kind of both had dual identities there. It was the reverse though. Chris Evans' Private Steve Rogers became Captain America, whereas Red Skull starts off the movie by hiding with a skin latex mask, pretending he's still Johann Schmid. But yeah, that was really cool. As the movie goes on, so obviously he's been that USO show, kill my life. I can't believe they made him do that. They could. I mean, we got the point eventually after hearing the song 200 times or something. That kind of could have been done a little bit shorter, I think. And when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like having to talk about Bond or something buying these, puts a bullet in the gun of your best man. Bucky Barnes, James Buchanan Barnes, Cap's best friend, and becomes basically sidekick. Without the costume and that sort of stuff though, he's just wearing like a really cool sort of dark trench coat and uniform, and that actually looked a lot like Winter Soldier. I bet that's what they're hinting at for the next movie because, spoiler, Bucky dies. So, well, he appears to die. They're on the train, he gets blown out into a canyon, ravine style thing, and we think he's dead. They don't find him or something like that. I bet he's going to return as Winter Soldier in Avengers or a future movie. Maybe not Avengers, but maybe in a second Captain America movie, which would be really cool. The whole thing about the movie is basically Red Skull has the cosmic cube, which you see at the end of Thor when Loki is disguised as that professor. Like you see looking at the reflection, you know it's Loki. They're talking about using that as an energy source. That's the cosmic cube they're referring to. So they've obviously had it for 70 odd years since Cap was frozen in ice. They're looking at using that as a power source like he did for weaponry. Kind of makes me think, you wonder why, because Howard Stark recovers it at the end of the movie from the bottom of the ocean, why he never got it to work as a power source. Don't know. An interesting point I thought regarding the cosmic cube was the Red Skull never actually touches it. He always picks it up with like a grappling device or something. But when he actually holds it, you kind of think like that guy at the beginning of the movie he took it from. He said, "You will burn from the power of this thing." He's holding it, and you can see it starting to glow really bright, and you kind of think like, "Wow, yeah, he's actually going to burn. It was too powerful to hold." Considering it's meant to be like a power source from the gods, it could do anything. You think like, yeah, he's going to burn, he's not touching with anything except his hands. I think what happens is he doesn't die, he's actually teleported away. What it looks like is, if you've seen Thor, you'll know that when the Bifrost Bridge is used, it's actually a teleportation device, not a rainbow bridge as such. That's what it looks like. When he's holding the thing, the universe opens up over him, it looks like space, and he's drawn into it in a beam of light. I'd say he's just been beamed somewhere. Maybe he's in Niflheim or one of the other, the 9 realms. Asgard, Midgard, Niflheim. There's Yon something. There's 9 basically other worlds. So I think that's what happened. Red Skull's not dead. He's going to be back at some point. Okay, what are we talking about here as well? It's kind of fun. Oh, not funny. It's sad at the end of the movie. It was the saddest part for me. You've got Peggy and Cap never quite got it together at the during the movie, but you see them kind of making a date for dancing, and that gets brought up again later. It was like as he's crashing the plane into the ice to make sure it doesn't reach New York. The shield was really well done. I like the design behind that, the colour scheme. It just looked fantastic, and I think now somewhere like urbancollector.com or something, you can buy a replica of it. It's actually a giant metal shield. Hydra was really well done, although it had a shitload of great tech, and I thought that was kind of more AIM's thing to have advanced idea mechanic, for them to have the tech. I thought they worked with Hydra, provided to them. Maybe that was a different comic thing, I'm not sure. Now, the good bit. If you stayed around for the end of the movie, Cap crashes into the ice. Actually, this is kind of funny. You would think that they'd end the movie with him crashing, and then if you stayed afterwards, you would see him being recovered. He wakes up in a recovery room. But no, they actually just, crash into the ice. That's it. And then it cuts black, and you wake up, and Captain America wakes up. He's in a Strategic Science Reserve, which is where he was from. In the military shirt, and he's in a room which kind of resembles 1942, 1941, that early 40s era. He's listening to a baseball game, a nurse walks in, it's like, you're in a recovery room in New York, blah blah blah, and he's like, tell me who you are now. I was at this game, I know I can't be listening to this game right now, I was there that day. And she's like, well, just calm down. And then guys bust in, he sends them flying through a false wall, realises he's kind of somewhere, he thinks maybe he's been captured by Hydra or something. Heads out, he busts out of the building, you realise in a shield holding facility, S.H.I.E.L.D. has got him, and he busts out into Broadway, and he's like, "Oh crap, what the hell is this?" And Nick Fury walks up. Always at the end of every Marvel movie, you'll get Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Comes in, basically says like, "Rest easy. It's been 70 years. We wanted to break it to you easy. That's why we kind of do this whole elaborate setup." And yeah, he's basically really upset because he goes, "I had a date." So, oh well. I'd imagine she's really old or dead by now, which would be sad for him. But there'll be a new interest. I'd imagine Black Widow will be his love interest in the next movie. But if you stayed after the trailer, what you actually got was, da-da, the Avengers. So they've actually given us a teaser trailer this early on, considering filming only started, a few months ago or something. But it is due out by next year, July. So in the Avengers trailer, we get a look at Thor in his new costume. So obviously he's made it back from the Bifrost Bridge has been repaired or something, and he's on Earth. So he's in his what looks like a sleeveless, looks like his Ultimates costume, Thor Ultimate. Tony Stark's there, but not in his Iron Man armour. He's kind of having like a good joke with Thor about how well he can throw his hammer. Hawkeye makes an appearance, and you see him kind of like in his costume, like drawing back, but he didn't have the mask on. I think it was kind of just a black, like a shield costume. You see Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. I'm still not sold on this one. I think Edward Norton would have made a better Hulk, but we'll see how he goes. I won't judge him just yet. But just to let me know now in this review, I'm saying that I think they should have kept Edward Norton. He made a way better Bruce Banner than Eric Banner did. So you see Loki being led in by what looks like shield guards or something. So I'm not sure how he's been captured. The start of that trailer, you've got Cap training in a gym, saying like, "Oh," Fury walks in and says, "Have you got a mission for me?" He goes, "I do." But he also says to him, "You're not the only hero in the world," and then they put them together and you kind of see Avengers assembling. So that could be really good. Apparently there was a thing with Samuel L. Jackson recently, and he said that he's got a lot more action scenes in this movie. You'll see him start of the movie, you won't wait to see him at the end. So I'm guessing S.H.I.E.L.D's going to play a much bigger role in this. And yeah, it looks all good. So thanks for listening, guys, and that was my quick review today. And yeah, I'll do a toy review or something, or a collectible review this week. Hopefully I've just finally got my Kingdom Come ones have arrived from America, which I got from a place in Hyde Park, New York, Best Comics. Tommy is the guy's name there. He was really good with the shipping. Got it to me as quickly as he could. Tracking numbers worked really well, and their prices were actually really awesome as well, because I got a couple of rare ones from Kingdom Come that were like a Toy Fair exclusive, and this stuff's years old now, so it was really decent of them. So check them out, and I'll put the link up now. I'll catch you later. Bye.